Welcome to another episode of the Japan Reach podcast. Embark on an exciting journey through the heart of Japan, its vibrant culture, fascinating traditions, and the stories that make it truly extraordinary. Our team has traveled far and wide across Japan, immersing ourselves in its rich culture and connecting with its incredible people. Now we're bringing those unforgettable experiences straight to you. From hidden gems to captivating guest stories, each episode dives into what makes Japan unique and inspiring. When you think of the future, what do you see? Flying cars? Robot butlers? How about you still thriving in your 90s, living the good life, healthy in body and mind and active in your community? When I visit Japan, one of the things I notice, and it isn't subtle, is how many older people live healthy, active lives. Much more so than in my own country, the United States. But why is this the case? What's different about the way we live in the USA and the way that people live in Japan? Today we're diving into a country that has truly cracked the code on aging well. From its world-famous blue zone in Okinawa to the everyday habits of people across the islands who just keep going. This is Japan, land of sushi, serenity, and surprisingly low cholesterol. Before we get going, let's start with a question. What exactly is a blue zone? When I first heard it, I thought it sounded like a sci-fi movie title. But in fact, a blue zone is a place in the world where people live significantly longer and healthy lives than average. The term was coined by explorer Dan Buettner, who identified 5 of these places: Sardinia in Italy, Akira in Greece, Nicoya in Costa Rica, Loma Linda in California, and of course, Okinawa, Japan. Okinawa is famous for its unusually high number of centenarians, that's people over 100 years old, who aren't just alive, they're active, mentally sharp, and full of life. But here's the thing, it's not just Okinawa. Japan as a whole boasts the highest life expectancy on the planet, with people routinely living into their 80s and 90s in good health. So what's going on? Why are the Japanese outliving the rest of us, and more importantly, enjoying it? Let's take a look. First up, food. You knew this was coming, right? Japanese cuisine is practically designed for health. Fresh vegetables, fish rich in omega-3s, fermented food like miso and natto, yuck, and believe it or not, they don't eat a lot of sugar or red meat. I was surprised that sweets in Japan aren't that sweet. And when my Japanese friends eat American sweets, like Skittles or American chocolate, they often comment, "Wow, that is too sweet." Meals are small, balanced, and beautifully presented. Eating is an art and a practice in mindfulness. People don't seem like they're in a rush to eat and run. And there's even a phrase they live by, harahachibu. That means eat until you're 80% full. No supersized fries, no food comas, just satisfaction and a whole lot less belly fat. But it's not just about what's on the plate. Movement is another key to the Japanese way of life. But we're not talking about grueling gym sessions or marathon training. In Japan, exercise is natural. It's built into everyday life. People walk to work, they ride bikes, they garden, they clean, they stretch, often with simple calisthenics like radio taiso, a short routine that plays over loudspeakers in parks every morning. It's gentle, it's consistent, and it works. Then there's purpose. One of the most beautiful concepts in Japanese culture is ikigai, your reason for being. It could be a hobby, a profession, a spiritual belief, or simply the joy of making someone smile. For older adults, it might be tending a garden, mentoring the next generation, or perfecting a family recipe. Having a reason to get up every day, that's powerful medicine, and science agrees. People with a sense of purpose live longer and they live better. Social connection is another essential piece of the puzzle. In Okinawa, many elders belong to a lifelong group of friends called a moai. That's more than friendship. It's mutual support, accountability, and a deep sense of belonging. In Japan, elders are valued, not sidelined. They're seen as sources of wisdom and care, not burdens. That kind of respect, that kind of love, it's worth more than any medication. Now, Japan isn't perfect. Modern life is creeping in. Younger generations are busier, more stressed, and sometimes swapping miso soup for fast food. But the core habits, the tradition, they're still there. And many are now being consciously revived and passed down. Which leads us to the big question. What can we take from all this? Because you don't have to move to Kyoto or develop a taste for fermented soybeans to apply the Japanese secret to your own life. You can eat fresh, simple foods and stop before you're stuffed. Move every day, even if it's just a walk around the block. Stay socially connected. Call your friends. Make time for family. Find your ikigai, your spark. And age with intention, not fear. Japan teaches us that a long life isn't about chasing youth. It's about earning your years with joy, balance, and purpose. It's not about adding more candles to the cake. It's about having the strength to blow them out with a smile. So wherever you are, Tokyo or Toledo, remember this. A good life isn't measured in years, it's measured in meaning. I hope you enjoyed this discussion on blue zones. Please follow us if you'd like to hear more about amazing Japan. Comment below if you would like us to cover a particular topic. God bless and Jamata.